You can now picnic with your Pokemon. What? Okay, so Pokemon just dropped a 15-minute trailer with so much more information about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I wasn't really expecting to see much more information that we already know about the game since it's launching next month, and they've shown us loads already. But yeah, there was a lot of information. So before we go all over it, go down there, subscribe, and like this video and share it. Okay, so they recap a bit of what we already know, and then they said, but you probably know all this anyway, so let's move on. And then they said that we're going to be following 4 players' journeys, which is kind of cool. So the first player we see, we're straight into a battle screen. So yes, this is similar to old school Pokemon games where the player just walks into a Lechonk and the battle begins. But it is a swift transition into the fight. So that's kind of nice because, again, I always used to say it was a little bit frustrating when you hit something and then like it was a little bit long. So seeing that it's just walk in, bam, there you go, that's all good. You know, I'm fine with that. And of course there's auto battles as well, but we'll talk about that later. So in the battle scene, we see the moves on the right-hand side with more info shown by pressing Y. You can terastalize, or however you say it, with the R button. We've got our Pokemon balls on the left. We've got HP, level, Pokemon name, and gender displayed too. But can we walk around during battle? I mean, throughout this whole 15-minute thing, they were kind of just showing the Pokemon just sat there waiting to be like approached. So you don't really see them like moving around. They're just kind of like there until they walked into them. I'm sure that's not the case, but in the video, that's kind of what we see. And also the player is just kind of stood there in the battle. I don't know if it's going to be like Arceus where you can like walk around the fight as it's happening. I'm not entirely sure. Next up, they show Terastallized. So shining Pokemon, well, there's a Jigglypuff that was just kind of chilling there and glowing. And they say that any glowing Pokemon indicate Pokemon that will terastallize in battle. So dealing enough damage to that Pokemon will cause the Terastallized to break, turning them back to normal, and then you can try and catch it. Once caught, we also see the Pokemon status screen as well. And the Jigglypuff, you know, it shows the name, the type, the Tera type, the trainer, the ID number, the XP, nickname, markings, held items, and all that good stuff. So we finally get a proper look at that. You know, if we pause and then take a look at it, you can kind of see everything on the screen. So it's kind of nice to just see what you can do there. Next up, they show the Let's Go mode, and the Quaxley just runs up and pow, kicks him in the face, kills him with one shot, like Chuck Norris or something, you know? And then you get XP for your team, and the items, any items that drop, just go to you. You can also send your Pokemon out towards an item for it to retrieve it too, which we already knew, but we finally saw it in action. We also see the map section better too, with them choosing a location, setting a destination, and then riding their crazy Pokemon motorbike thing towards it. Then we get some more info on Team Star, and by more info I mean we already knew this, but we just saw some different shots. So we actually get to see the Team Star challenge. So essentially the player finds the base, walks up to a doorbell, which I think is hilarious, and it asks you if you're ready for the challenge. As we already knew, we have to defeat their challenge, but we finally see it. So in this challenge, there's 30 Pokemon to battle and take out within 10 minutes, but this is using Let's Go mode auto battle only. And once you've cleared them, then you can finally face the leader in a normal Pokemon battle. And that was the end of player 1. Now player 2. Then we see the TM machine at the Pokemon Center that lets you make your own TMs when gathering stuff from, you know, defeating Pokemon. So it seems like there are loads of options here, and if I pause it, well, it's quite well laid out. I mean, it's a lot of information at first, but you've got Pokemon types along the top that you can change with the bumpers. On the left-hand side, you've got your party, and it will tell you whether or not they can learn the move that you're hovering over, alongside the tiles of the TMs that state if they're craftable or not, and their information of what they do on the right-hand side. So I actually quite like the look of this. It is quite simply laid out. It's quite intuitive. It's not too overboard, and there's a lot of information there. I quite like the look of this. I think it's going to be quite easy for everyone to start creating their own TMs. Then we move over to the Poké portal. Again, if I pause it, you can see that you can choose Link Trade, Surprise Trade, Link Battle, Battle Stadium, and Mystery Gift. We see them link trade, which seems pretty quick, you know, it's just the trading thing, but they could have just edited that in the video to make it look faster. I mean, obviously if you're connecting over the internet and stuff, it would probably take a little bit longer, but we'll see. And then we see the most random thing ever. Random evolutions. Well, it's not officially called that, but that's what I'm calling it. Girafarig evolves into a Farigiraffe, where its head is its tail. The Pokédex then expands on this by showing photos, so you can see photos of all your Pokemon and stuff. And it also gives text about whatever random Pokemon you've just created in an abomination from the pits of Pokemon hell. And then that's the end of that trainer, because they clearly, you know, get disgraced from making some crazy abomination. And then we move over to Pokemon Trainer 3, which is a really short one. We see the town artisan, and they straight away head to the gym as part of the Victory Road story. They recap about passing gym tests before approaching the leader. So Brassius is the grass type leader that they show, and this whole section shows off the leader basically terastallizing their Sudowoodo, and then the trainer terastallizes their Fido to combat it. And that was the end of Trainer 3. They didn't have much to do, did they? So finally, Trainer 4, we go into the store for a haircut. Oh, I'm already well hyped for all this. So they've got loads of different styles on the left-hand side, and at the top of the screen, we can switch, you know, for different colors as well. But I'm not really seeing any cost for any of this though. So I don't know, do you pay like a price and then it unlocks a certain thing, or do these just unlock after doing missions or something? I've no idea. But afterwards it moves on to looks, where you can change your eye shape, your eyebrows, your makeup, your eyelids, your lips, and so much more. After that, they show off the camera app to take all sorts of photos with a bunch of examples that really do look good, which is another great addition to the game. I know so many people love taking photos, and this is probably going to make me, you know, be one of those people. You can use the photos to update your profile picture in the game as well, and that also shows where your badges are that you've collected, your Pokédex, shinies that you've battled, recipes from what we'll talk about later, and total playtime. This makes me so happy because there is so much going on here, like for customization. It's one thing I've always liked to do is just customize stuff, and well, we get that here. And then this has got to be the best part of this whole thing, right? What? Picnic time? Yeah, this is just hilarious. Picnic time sees the trainer throw all the Pokeballs in the air, and basically there's a picnic table, and then all the Pokemon come out and run towards it. Here you can wash, scrub, and shower your Pokemon, which they confirmed on their website that this restores their HP and strengthens their bond with you as well. So you don't actually need to find a Pokemon Center to restore your Pokemon back to health, which makes a huge difference in an open world game like this. You know, if you're miles away from anywhere and you don't know where you are and there's no Pokemon Center and you're just gonna faint because all your Pokemon are dead, that kind of sucks. But that's not the case. Drop your picnic table, grab a sandwich, and restore your Pokemon back to health. Awesome. That's not the only thing you can do though. You can like throw balls to them, you can do loads of different stuff, but they also show the trainer walking up to the picnic bench, opening the basket to find a Pokemon egg, which is just a random thing apparently. And then we get sandwich time. So it turns into Cooking Mama with a 10-minute timer. You choose your ingredients, you get a plate, you get a baguette, and then you basically just have to stack it. So the sandwiches have like physics, because, you know, you've got to stack this sandwich without it falling over, and overstuffing, well, causes bits to like fly out and all that stuff. But once you've done it correctly and stabbed your little spike through the top, all your Pokemon taste your creation. So I guess it can go badly too, but eating sandwiches will give you benefits like making certain types of Pokemon easier to catch or encounter and gain XP. And they all give you a rating, which is hilarious. So I assume you can just drop your picnic table at any time, anywhere, any place, wherever you want, which is awesome. And it's so incredibly Japanese, this bit. I love it. I wasn't expecting this to be part of this game at all, but this just makes me so happy. And they also confirm that you can do picnic time in co-op mode with up to 3 other friends too. And also the picnic table cloths, the cups, the water bottles, and all the other items are all customizable. And then the last thing they showed us is the Tera like raid battles. So we see 4 trainers gather together in co-op mode to tackle a Tera raid battle. We see the splash screen countdown timer for like everyone to get themselves ready, and their Pokemon that they've chosen and objectives too. So it seems like you can only choose 1 Pokemon each, and then you have to take out the Terastallized Pokemon within a time limit. They do show that Pokemon will faint, but they say not to worry as they can recover over time and rejoin the fight, but they don't specify how long it takes them to recover or how or when they can rejoin. You can also do cheerleading as well to give your Pokemon benefits in the fight too. And once the Pokemon is defeated, everyone throws a Pokeball together that joins into like one Mega Pokeball and then catches the Terastallized Pokemon so that everybody gets it, I'm assuming everyone in your party, if it catches, which surely it's got to be 100% rate catch, right? You're not going to do a raid battle and then not get it. I don't know, don't quote me on that, but to me, it just seems a bit silly, like, you know, if you defeat it, you should catch it. But anyway, it seems like everyone's gonna get the Pokemon, which is pretty cool. I'm like pretty happy about that. So that was everything shown in that crazy 15-minute trailer, and I actually picked stuff off the website that wasn't talked about as well, so I always try and like blend more information in rather than just doing the trailer reacts, right? But anyway, that's all the stuff that we know. Pokemon's coming out next month. Like, I cannot wait for this game. The more they're showing us, the more hyped I am. And honestly, like, picnic time really makes me happy because this is an open world game. I don't want to just be like hardcore grinding. I want like some fun as well. And the fact that I can drop a picnic table, which is customizable, play ball with my Pokemon, make a sandwich, like, and scrub them down, wash them and stuff to increase their HP and stuff. This just looks so much fun, and I cannot wait to get Christina and play this co-op like next to each other and just go and explore the world. Like, this is the most hyped I've been for a Pokemon game for a long time, and I was crazy hyped over Arceus, you know, Legends Arceus, whatever you want to call it. I know you're going to pick me up on saying it like a different way. I don't care, whatever. But anyway, what are your thoughts on all of this new information? Let me know down in the comments. And if you haven't seen it, check out this video, which is all the best games launching this month on Nintendo Switch. There are some cracking games coming out this month, so go and watch that video. And whilst you're down there, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and share it around if you think anyone's gonna, you know, benefit from it. But go and check this next. Just do it.